Hey guys, this is Tom Hanks. Welcome to part 2 in the first race of the 1972 season of the Classic Rally competition. So, the reason it came to this is, of course, yesterday, um, I couldn't finish driving. I couldn't finish uh, driving in the entire field down the first track. This is just putting it as neutrally as possible without putting myself down too much. But yeah, things didn't go that well yesterday. I was only able to finish 9 of the 16 cars, and so um, I'm gonna have to do the rest of them today. Right. So let us quickly hop over to BeamNG. And I'm sorry for that noise. So we were at mixed stage 3, and we were driving the M2 Rush. This was the car we ended on last time. And by the way, since we have 16 cars this time, I think I'm gonna change the scoring a little bit as well, because previously we've had points for the first 10 places. I feel like we should probably give points to the first 12 this time. So first place 12 points, and so on and so forth down to 12th place, 1 point. Hey Genja FT, how's it going? Oh, good thing you can just drive through those bushes. Because I know that on some maps, those bushes are actually solid, and you're gonna crash as if it was a tree. Suspension higher than Snoop Dogg. And while we're on the subject of memes, may the 4th be with you guys. Oh no, don't roll, don't roll. Still good. Alright. First try. The consistency is always good. On Utah, it's a game of is this a bush or a tree? Yeah, yeah. I was. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Next up, the Martin Rally, and this was by, let me see. This was by Discord user RadDad, and it makes 179 horsepower. Not gonna lock the rear diff. Because as you can see, I don't need no diff to get this thing sliding. This was actually the first car submitted, and it was submitted by and this was submitted, I think, about 4 hours after the challenge went live. So I don't want this to sound negative, okay? But you know, you've had a full week. Why submit after just a few hours? I mean, it's when I was still competing in other people's challenges, which maybe I should do again to make my own cars better in the futures. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna start on the day where the challenge goes live, make a first version of my car, then sleep over it, try it out again the next day, see how I like it, see how it feels, make some adjustments, and then try it again on the next day after that. And then if I like it, I'm gonna submit it. That's the way I approached things. But if you just go for your first car and then submit when you just feel like, okay, well, this feels good enough, it's probably not going to be good enough compared to the rest of the field who you know, tend to take a little bit more time, you know, refining their car. And that's, I mean, this is not meant to sound judgmental, it's just that I think you're giving up something by submitting as quickly as possible. Speedrunning. Yeah, but the thing is, this challenge is about this challenge is not about who submits the car fastest, but about who submits the fastest car. Subtle difference, but very meaningful. And this car, I can already tell you, could use some more work. It has severe trouble putting down any of its 179 horses. I'm actually surprised I made it this far. Almost rolled it there. Okay, even here on this tarmac it's a little bit difficult to put down the power, so let's not spin. 421.6. Maybe there should be a contest where submitting quickly is a goal. I don't think there should. And by the way, watch what's in last place, my own car. But then again, I spun twice on that attempt, I think. So, anyway, next up the Myanmar Plaza SS Rally by MK Mailer. Now, this thing makes 237 horsepower. Won't really work as people will have pre-made cars. Yeah, I was gonna say that. If you make a contest about who can make a car as fast as possible, you'll end up with a contest full of bad cars, or with a contest full of cars that were already made before the video went up. So I believe this car is also front-wheel drive, like some other cars we've seen already. Hey Opel Safira, how's it going? Sorry if I've sorry if I've missed any of the messages in between, but a message simply saying hello is short enough that I can quickly read it while I'm driving here. This car, by the way, when I first test drove this on the Automation Rally track, I didn't like it at all. It didn't work there. But here, for some reason, it feels a lot better. Maybe this is just a different type of gravel, different grip levels. Oh, this is a fast time, 3:55. Very good. Oh, so close to the Lucara, but just in front. Whew. Yes, it is indeed an inline-5 engine in this one. I wonder how they did the roof. That is a mod, by the way. So the roof rack, you can find that as a mod in Automation. Next up, the Miranda Zenith 2000 RS, and this was sent in by Discord user Twingo Boy. Yeah, you see, when I first test drove that last car on the Automation rally track, I thought it understeered like hell, but here it didn't, like at all. Definitely not locking any rear diff in this competition. This is a V6, obviously. Screaming all the way to, I think, 9,500 RPM. This has a similar problem to, I think it was the AZLK, in that the engine is so top heavy that it suffers in low RPM out of these tight corners, and then it suffers from wheel spin when it does finally get into its power band. at the end. It tried to go away from me there. 407.7. I wish River Drive was more controllable in Beam. I think River Drive is actually still pretty good to use here. Like, it's like the Lucara is River Drive, the armor is River Drive, and they're very close to the top. And I don't think it's necessarily River Drive that's really the problem here. It's just mostly the engine tuning. Next up, the Raymond Other, and this is made by Discord user Car Nerd, and this one makes 176 horsepower, and this one is rear engine. You're having a much better day of it today than yesterday. Yeah, the start to this day is definitely better. Okay, that was me being a bit too greedy on the gas there. With this car, it's also noticeable that the fender flares don't apply properly when exported from automation to beam. With two-wheel drive cars and no ABS in these cars, you really have to learn how to use engine braking as well on tracks like these. Because if you lock up the brakes, yeah, most likely the car is just gonna spin out, and you can't really correct it easily. That was about as tight as it was gonna go around that corner. Be careful here, this is a rear engine. Oh. Having trouble over the bumps here. Just gonna keep going though. Oh no. I thought that was a bush that I could just go through, but there was apparently a rock in the midst of that as well. I've already decided on the 3 tracks that we're going to be doing in Group B. In the first season of Group B anyway. I haven't decided for the second season yet. But none of the 3 tracks will be this. Not necessarily, well, it might be too hard with Group B, this track, but mostly I also want to add a bit more variety as well. In fact, 2 of the 3 tracks will be tracks that we haven't been driving on, this season included, by the way. So there will be yet another 2 new tracks for Group B. Careful now. There we go. Don't cut that corner any closer than I did there. Don't lose it now. Remember, this is rear engined. I lost it. .410. Was this the only flat 6 engine? This was V6, by the way. The Halpin was flat 6, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there was another flat 6. Next up, the Wild Vingo RS. And this, by the way, was sent in by Discord user named named Lazy Challenger. Genja, yours is a the yellow jacket. That one's still to come. Okay. Yet another V6 here and rear-wheel drive. I don't know if this is also rear-engined or mid-engined. Feels front-engined to me, but I could be wrong. That in the replay would have made a great screenshot for a thumbnail or something, but no such luck here, of course. .406. Didn't go flat out there because the car was unstable and I didn't want to lose it at the very end. You used the alphabetical order to your advantage. Nice. Anyway, so it's gonna be the last car. Now, since we have a few viewers here, I want your honest opinion on this one, okay? So, if you've been around yesterday for yesterday's stream, you'll know that there were two cars in particular that I struggled with quite a bit, even though I probably shouldn't have. and I feel like their cars, their times are maybe not quite representative what they could be. And so I want to ask you guys if I should drive those two cars again, or whether I should just leave the times as they are because everyone just got one time, you know. So it's like that in rallying as well. Like you only get one shot, right? Some of the antennas already fell off. This car with the lock diff feels solid though. This is gonna post a respectable time. Bit wide there. Look at that acceleration though. Front wheel drive putting the power down for once. Even turn in oversteering there. The reason I drove over that bump quicker in this car than with the last couple of cars is because I feel more confident in this car. It's more well controlled over these bumps. It can handle them better. Bit of handbrake action there, as you do in a front wheel drive car. Look at that, the Killer Bee killed all the other cars here. Look at that. The joke car actually finished first. Now that's quite an achievement. Now, still for everyone who's here, as I said yesterday, there were two cars in particular that I feel like I couldn't get to their full potential, and if you guys are okay with it, Should I drive them again, or should I just leave it as is? Because again, in rallying you only got one shot in real life as well. So those two cars would be the Armor and the Lucara. If you think they will be made much faster by a rerun, I think it makes sense. Yeah, but then again, see, the problem I have with that is two things. One, as I said, normally you only get one shot and the first time counts, right? And secondly, I feel like if I rerun these two, then other people are gonna say, yeah, you should rerun my car as well. Because I don't want to make things unfair. So you know what? I think the diplomatic decision is these times count. Exactly. Everyone yesterday could claim a rerun as well. So no, I'm gonna leave the times as they are. First submitted time counts. I'm gonna have to live with myself for maybe not quite reaching the level of performance that I feel like especially the Armor and the Lucara could have been capable of. But then again, especially the Lucara was so difficult to drive. And whereas the Armor really wasn't. The Armor is well balanced, very well balanced, but still for some reason I struggled quite a lot with it yesterday. But again, I've made the decision, no, these times are final, they count, and I'm not gonna rerun any car. I'm not gonna rerun any car, so I keep things as fair as possible. So, and by the way, Animated Racer, your car was very fast and kind of difficult. In fact, yeah, second place is still really, really good, and you probably are going to do even better in Italy because you have more horsepower and I think lower weight than this car. And Italy on tarmac, where you can put that power down better, I think that's going to favor the cars that have more horsepower. So, let's get into the results. First place, the Yellow Jacket Killer Bee. So this will get 12 points. Second place was the Halpin Scorpion. This is going to get 11 points. Third place was the LLMC. It's going to get 10 points. Fourth place was the Myanmar. This is going to get 9 points. Fifth place is the Lucara, 8 points. Sixth place, the Armor, 7 points there. Then we have the BAC in 7th place. Gonna get 6 points. 8th place is gonna be the Fjord Corona, 5 points. Next, in 9th place is the AZLK. Gonna get 4 points. Then the Wild Wingo RS in 10th place. There it is. Gonna get 3 points. Then the M2 Rush in 11th place, 2 points. Then the Raymond Otter. No, sorry. The Miranda Zenith. Yeah, the Miranda came before it. So this will get the last available point. And then no points for the Raymond Otter. No points for... Yeah, the Tommaso Pantera, it wasn't competing anyway. No points for the Falcon this time. Jeez. Logoris, you did so well in the first competition. No points for the CDR Cooper. And then also no points for the Modern Rally. You had to win, yeah. To be honest, I did too. But yeah, so congratulations to Genji for winning this first race here. The yellow jacket is designed to oversteer on power. You can be and should be somewhat sideways almost all of Pike's Peak. I mean, I'm gonna take your word for that, but I feel like that's gonna apply to most cars here, especially my own car. Like, I'm gonna do another run on my own car, see if I can improve my own time. Oversteer on power in front wheel drive. I suppose the diff makes it possible, but anyway, I set up this car so that it would already rotate the rear end around slightly when I turn in. Because the one thing I don't want in a rally car is understeer. Quite sideways there. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm feeling confident in this car again. It is my car after all. It's still not it's still not gonna get close to the yellow jacket, of course, but I don't wanna be last anymore, okay? spin now. 400. There we go. That was a nice corner. Looked like here, like front wheel drive would, the front wheel drive will straighten out the oversteer on turn in it is designed with. Okay, so how would this compare? This would be just ahead of the Fjord Corona, which came 8th, so middle of the pack. Not top tier, but anyway. Yeah, so we were finally able to finish this first race. Took a little longer than anticipated, but I'll be back on Saturday. And on Saturday we will be starting at 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time again. And that race will be in Italy at the Asphalt Hill Climb 1. So make sure to tune in on Saturday if you want to see the second race. Sunday, of course, will be the third and final race, and that's when we'll see who's gonna win overall and who's gonna get the De Tomaso Pantera. If you enjoyed the stream, of course, make sure to follow me if you haven't done so already, and subscribe to my YouTube so you stay up to date there as well. Hope you enjoyed, and see you on Saturday. Until then, have a good one. See you next time. Bye bye.